Howdy folks, Domino64 here, and the review of the Holy Roman Empire campaign. So, I've gone back to, I've toggled off the fog of war, just in case you're wondering how I can see everything. I've gone back to turn 5, to see where we're at. And, yes, oh, importantly, we had moved our capital to Nuremberg, from Frankfurt to Nuremberg. This gave us great increase in tax revenue. By being more central, although right now it doesn't look so central. We have Vienna over here. And Metz, actually Metz is as far west as we really go. So it is more central than Frankfurt, which is biased to the north and west. However, we're about to take Hamburg, it's under siege there from the rebels. And Magdeburg also under siege. As you know, we take Stettin later and also Prague. But that's why I moved to Nuremberg, to be more central. Okay, that is actually quite important because it did make finances a lot easier. We had more money. Nearly 3 things to fight war: money, money and more money. So make Nuremberg a capital and have more money. That's the lesson learned there. So by turn 7 we still have Hamburg over siege, we have Magdeburg taken, and our army has marched on towards Stettin, rebel town of Stettin. We want to get here before Poland. See, here's Poland marching. They haven't even taken Breslau yet. It's odd. In fact, if I remember right, that was odd. They normally come west, and they will send an army to try and beat you to Stettin. So get there first. That is important too. Here you can see the Danish army. It's making its way to Antwerp. That's quite, well, it's not the end of the world should they take it, but you have to take this. That takes them out of the game. If they hold Antwerp, then they're still in the game. However, it pushes them away over here and not up here. And that's a pain if they keep this, because they'll just keep on attacking you in Hamburg non-stop. So by turn 9, we're still at peace. Still at peace with everyone apart from rebels. In fact, we're allied to Hungary, Poland, Sicily, France, and the Papal States. We've taken Hamburg, and we have Stettin under siege. There's our spy watching what's going on. Our princess not married to anyone yet. The Danes have not taken Antwerp. Lucky for us. So here we are, turn 13. We have taken Stettin and also Aarhus. And the Danes are no more. Their army that was here is gone. We've destroyed that faction. That's the first objective completed. There they are. Bop. So you need to get that done by turn 13 and no later, because they will take Antwerp. Right, here we are in mid-game. We've had the Byzantine Empire keep coming across to the east here and playing havoc with us. And of course we have Venice here, but we held Zagreb no problem, and they became a strong ally, Venice. We actually took Venice, but Milan had it first, so we took Venice from Milan, not from Venice, so to speak. I think we did something similar with Dijon. We took Dijon, not from the French, but from Milan, and therefore, because France was an ally right through the game, I think. Are they an ally right now? I think they are, yeah. Yes. I think, and there we are, the Byzantine Empire is an enemy along with the rebels. We made these 2 allies, and actually they stuck pretty much by us, although Poland did attack us towards the end of the campaign. But that was an AI thing, I think. Now in my campaign I didn't really get to use the resources of Scandinavia, or even, I didn't even take Oslo. But really, the Holy Roman Empire controls this zone through Hamburg effectively. No one can march up here without you knowing. Scotland and England could invade by sea, and also Russia and Poland could come across, but they never did. So this was for the taking, and Oslo never got it. Stayed rebel for the whole game. I did bring up merchants. Imperial merchants started to make money, and there are amber and all sorts of, actually these fish things were quite valuable as well.
Ja, Kaiser.
34 florins. These were 50, if I remember rightly. 46. 46. So, you know, there are resources here, and you have a bit of a bottleneck. You can't control it. Although, as you see, French merchants came onto the scene, and so did a Hungarian merchant who started acquiring the assets of my merchants. Wasn't very nice. But yeah, you should be able to take Stockholm and Oslo, and then exploit these resources. That's what I would do in the game. So here we are at the end of nearly the end of the short campaign. We got harassed, as you know, by Spain, and we're also under siege from Sicily. England's marching into our territories. And what I wanted to say is Thorn it's Vaihander. This is a good. I always go for population growth to try and get the cities and at least one castle as well advanced as possible. The reason being, try and get these top units, and for the Holy Roman Empire, there's Zweihander, which I think means two-handed. That's because of the sword he uses. It's two-handed to wield it. Would be the elite troops you'd get from the castle, and the he didn't have it, did he? No. And let's go to Milan. Milan, the forlorn hope, although it's smaller number, only 30, would be your crack troops. Attack of 17 and total defense of 12. So we got some of them for our last battle. Well, near enough our last battle. I think we fought one battle near Florence with them, and then the last battle. I think Innsbruck. Yeah, I can't even get the Zweihanders yet. So, always build agriculture first, as you saw in this. You go to population. Look at that. Population. Look at the population kick off halfway. Let's go to finance. Pretty much the same. Population and finance do mimic each other, because you need population to tax, and tax is revenue. So I do farming first, then the market, then the roads. Here I at Florence, Bologna.
I seek an honourable engagement, dear foe.
Bologna I made my so-called military city and built the armour, whereas Florence never built an armour and went for things like ports and shipwrights and warehouses and merchants' wharf and fairground and all that good stuff. Mining network, all revenue generating, and the troops just jump backwards and forwards. could actually make some troops, but they weren't armoured, and then they could go up here and get upgraded. So, and to be honest, if you ever take Antwerp and Bruges, I do the same. Make one of them finance, make the other one armory, and again do the same. Share your troops, upgrade them as you make new ones in the appropriate city, and move them over to the other city to defend it.
Let us strike, Kaiser.
Now, Nuremberg was the capital, and I think I had quite a few, quite a few family members turn up all of a sudden at the end. And I wanted to get an Explorers Guild here. The reason I wanted an Explorers Guild was because this is where I made Nuremberg not just a centre for tax revenue, but also centre less walk for the troops to go out from. So I built the armourer even here, and I wanted to get an Explorers Guild so they could march out from here, but I never got the option. I don't understand that. I never got the option. I made stuff for my Theologians Guild headquarters. I didn't make too many. I already had my priests. So, should I continue? I will take on England, because they have been annoying me this campaign, and Sicily, because they declared war on me for some reason. I'm not sure if they have this island or not, but I know they obviously have Sicily and Naples, possibly some of North Africa, possibly. And possibly Sardinia, I don't know. Well, thank you for joining me in this campaign. I've actually quite enjoyed that. I wanted to do more two-hander battles with the Forlorn Hope and the Zweihanders, but we got our objectives met before I really got time to get them recruited. So if you want to see some more Holy Roman Empire, as I say, I could do the long campaign, which is 45 territories, and hold Rome, which I'd probably take last, because once you take Rome, I imagine it's going to be nothing but well, I don't know what happens. If you know what happens, let me know, because if you take Rome, there's you have nothing but crusades against you, or I don't know. I'd leave it to last anyway. That way, if that does happen, it's all over. Okay, well, thank you for joining me, and it's Total War.